Jack, let's cover the Patriots and the Dolphins. Might as well start from the top of the board. Right now, this is 251, ladies and gentlemen, 252 on your official Las Vegas rotation. The game's being played on DirecTV, channel 708. Patriots, Dolphins, the line right now, 6.5 and 48. And the line did shift from 7, Patriots at home, down to 6.5, which, Miami is 3-0, but their record against New England isn't so hot. Will Brady and company get hot like expected, Jack? Or will the Dolphins get the job done here?
Rick, before I start spatting off about these two teams, what I think of them and as far as what we've seen so far this year, let's go inside the numbers. Miami already starting this year off 3-0 straight up and against the spread. Unbelievable start to the season. 25 points a game, the defense only allowing 17. Here's one of the big problems with this team, not rushing the football enough. 98 yards on the ground is all they've averaged in their 3 wins, with 225 in the air, Tannehill and company. 324 total yards of offense. New England, however, starting off a terrible 1-2 straight up, 1-2 against the spread, a putrid 19 points a game, and allowing 26. Again, same thing, not rushing the ball effectively, less than 100 yards a game with just over 200 in the air. Total offense of 300 yards even. Now, as far as what we've seen, let's face it, New England in September has never been good. They're always toying with new people in new spots, and they kind of mess around with the personnel until they find who they feel comfortable with, and they always have a great October and November. However, the Miami Dolphins, this guy Adam Gase, let's face it, we've been waiting for him to start getting this team to be red hot. They're clicking right now offensively on all cylinders. Not just that, they're playing great defense. You would think with the loss of Sue on that line, it would have a huge problem, a huge effect. If anything, it made them better and it made the Rams worse. So, look, I'd have to say usually stick with the red-hot hand, but here's the problem here. The Patriots have not lost to the Dolphins since 2005. Okay, Tom Brady owns this team. And if they're going to start getting red hot, when better to do it than at Gillette Stadium, at home, against a team that plays terrible in your house?
I agree.
So, look, not that right now I feel that they're a better team. Let's face it, the public's going to be on the dog here. That's why the line's come down a little bit. It's down to 6.5, started off at -7. I'm not going to give this game out as a big play. I'm just not going to do. In fact,
let me give you a stat first. Okay, when a line goes against Belichick, he's in the 80 percentile.
Well, think about what you're saying, Rick. When you're betting against the greatest coach of all time who's been to 8 Super Bowls in his stint, you're going to get bit. Of course you are. Of course you are. So, look, again, we're not going to give a big lean on this game. I'm going to give a slight lean to the home team to get the job done. I like New England -6 points. I'd buy it down from 6.5 to -6, and I'd get on the favorite here. But again, this is not a 2 fists in. This is not an all-in pick. Just like a small lean on the New England Patriots.
We talked about it last week on the air. That Philadelphia -7 points was too much. It was definitely a lot of value on that Colts spread last week. Now they're at home. They're playing against a team that's 0-3. They just got cooked by the New York Giants. What do you think? Right now, a 2-point favorite at home, Jack? I like the Colts in this game. I don't know about you.
Rick, trickery. I tried warning you about this one last week with the Steelers on Monday Night Football against the Bucs. We got another perfect example. Before I get into that, let's break down the numbers on this one. Houston's 0-3 straight up and against the spread, not scoring a ton of points, 20 a game, allowing 25 defensively. They're rushing the football very effectively, 125 on their ground game with 271, more than enough in the air, total offense of almost 400 yards a game. Indianapolis, listen, they're 1-2 straight up. They're 2-1 against the spread, scoring 20, allowing 21. Same problem with this team as always. They're just not running the football well. They're only averaging 82 yards a game on the ground, and with luck behind the helm, they're still only averaging 207 in the air. So a little bit of smoke and mirrors. They haven't went against any real competition, and let's face it, the Houston Texans can score points. Now, the general public, I think they're going to be kind of sparked here to get on the Indianapolis Colts, which is why that line, let's face it, it's going to wind up or should go from 2 to 3 by the time we get to game day. But I think it's going to go the opposite direction because the sharp money, the institutional money, is going to go where it should be on this game. I'm going to confidently give this one out on the air. You're on the wrong side, Rick. You got to get into Houston Texans, which is why you're my client and not vice versa,
That's
guys.
True. That's
you got to make
true.
sure that you listen to the pro on this one. This is a game you're going to want to bet the Houston Texans. I'll give it out as a 2-fist game.
Now, Jack, last week we did touch upon the Titans, and we did, of course, go against the Eagles with the Colts. Now the Titans are at home right now as a +4 underdog at home against the Eagles. Why don't we shed some light on this one for our listening audience?
Sounds like a plan, Rick. You know what? We had Tennessee big last week against Jacksonville. They shut them down great, held them only to field goals. They weren't able to score points themselves. So really the right side of the game was the under, but let's face it, Tennessee gets the job done on the road at Jacksonville. I mean, they own that team, it seems. They beat them twice last year, and then they came into their house this year and got the job done against a Jacksonville team that was red hot coming into that game.
Yeah,
now,
shocker.
Both of these teams are 2-1 straight up. The Eagles are 1-2 against the spread. Opposite for Tennessee, 2-1 against the number. But, I mean, again, numbers are almost identical. Both teams are basically scoring 19 points a game and allowing 17. Here's, again, same thing as far as offensive numbers. They're both running the football effectively, right at about 120 yards a game. And here's the big difference maker. This Tennessee offense is just not able to get things clicking, at least throwing the football. I mean, so far this year, 3 games in, they've only averaged 162 yards in the air game. So, I mean, that's problematic. 284 total yards of offense is all they're averaging, even though they're 2-1. Think about it. As little production from their offense means that their defense is playing fantastic football. You look at the other side, we know the Eagles look a lot better now that Wentz is back. He's healthy, got the job done last week, was able to get the W. And, I mean, look, let's face it, this is a team that they're going to get red hot when the timing is right. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. What better time to get it going than against a great defense on the road at Tennessee? Take this team down, bring them back to reality, look for them to absolutely wipe the slate with them. I mean, I think Philadelphia romps the Tennessee Titans this week.